Kent. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to share a little bit of just a little bit of what my business does on the side. So some of you may know, some of you may not know. I do real estate full time, and then I have a little bit of a hobby, but more than a hobby, business with a partner of mine named Alejo. Our company is called Prolific Maven, which means fruitful experts. And so our entire goal behind it is to help many companies be more fruitful in their business in general. And so out of that, we do consulting, business solutions, and marketing. And so through that entire process, we do a lot of different stuff depending on the business's needs, depending on what they're looking for, depending on their time frame, depending on their budget. Particularly, there's sometimes that we'll do specific deals for different companies because their budget is looking like it's going to go up higher. I locked it. I apologize. Or it's the other one. Oh no, I haven't got it. You got it. You're locked. Right? Feel locked. But out of that, it moves out. There's something new every day. Distracting me. But yeah, it's funny. This is why I want to deal with the end of you, like after, because I knew you're gonna hit some things that I literally have written. And one of the best things that we tell people all the time is just because something's growing, it doesn't mean it's healthy. And just because something is looking as producing fruit, it may not be the fruit that you're actually wanting to produce in your business in general. And it comes back to from your locational marketing. Sure, you can go and produce fruit of 3 sales of $1 million home, but are you looking at those one-offs? Or are you looking to be very consistent in your areas? Or other businesses like gyms, counselors, doctors, like people that we're working with in different avenues, their fruit, their goal is very different than some of their cohorts. We have a gym that we work with that his goal is not to just be a Crunch Gym, Planet Fitness, like $10 gym. His gym's premium. It's $150 for you a month. And it is classes, and it is you get personal training and like all this stuff. He's like, I don't just want to be like every other gym. And so we, as his marketing team and really the business he outsources to, we then market it very differently than just a normal gym. Now, the gym is what pays your bills. This is some of the most critical step in marketing. You have to understand, you may want to step into a niche, but there's going to be something that pays your bills until this niche gets more profitable in your life. Yeah. And so you may want to step into luxury where you're able to get, 60 to 90K commissions, but you first need to be paid for 500. Right. 650, 750 and work your way up. Or at least enough so then you get reviews, so then you can have something that is filling your pipeline, so then you can get stepped into your actual niche that you're looking for. And so really it comes back to what you said, Kent, is finding your target. In a sense, the words we use is niche, you use target. And so discovering within as a brokerage or an agent, wherever your direction is understanding this is what my target is and this is why, whether it's to make 100K, 150K, or as much money as that's great to have a very wide range, but then you're never going to hit it. Right. You just won't. No, and sure. So within marketing world, to understand that if you can hone into this is the fruit that I want to produce. Now, how do I take care of the land? How do I take care of the soil, the people that are sowing, all of that. So our entire world's around fruit. And so you already mentioned it once, but the best marketing plan is the one that you use. And so like you can have a marketing plan, but if you're not using it, it's pointless. Like It's literally you spend all this money, you hire someone, it looks great. You can sell it to people. Oh yeah, I have all this marketing plan, all this stuff. And let's be honest, last 2 years within real estate, you really didn't have to do much of your marketing plan. Right. You really didn't. Like people just came out of the woodworks. Mm-hmm. Well, now that it's become a normal market, you're gonna have to step back into the what I would just call is the fertilization of your fruit. Oh, like
sure. And if you give somebody one of our selling guides, even, and it has a marketing plan in there, you better follow it because about the time the home doesn't sell in a month, they're gonna be going, well, look at it. You didn't do this.
Right. I never saw this. I never saw this. I never saw this. And so,
or pull it out. You're not going to follow
it. And so, out of that, there's a couple steps that are very critical. The best marketing plan is the one that you use, and that's why sometimes it's actually better to have someone execute it for you or plan it for you if you just tend to be missing it. It does cost money, and it costs trust and a lot of different stuff to help you be more fruitful in your business. And within our world of Prolific, we do a lot of stuff from sales funnel building, graphic templates, social media management, website design, lead capturing websites, ebook design and sales, email marketing, campaigns, marketing calendars, mastery of follow-up and driven campaigns. We do a lot of stuff, but honestly, like one of the simplest things, that we do that's very simple, that does bring fruit right away, is from social media. Because social media is your sphere of influence, and I would call a little bit of trickle of outside your sphere. But really, social media is your sphere of influence of the people you know. And so he already has said it, show your value, but I want to add something. Show your value to people, but ask for nothing from people.
Right.
So what that means is you just keep giving. The talents, the skill, be different in that world. Like just keep giving in your social media presence, do that in email marketing, all these different worlds. Because the more value you bring someone is the less they feel like you're trying to take from them. And you're actually building trust with them, whether you think you are or not. You may feel like you're just putting something in front of them over and over and over and over with a market update or with a, hey, just giving a heads up. Our community now is offering this, or this community is offering this, or hey, there's a new construction in this area. Like if you're, whatever it may be, the mortgage rates, et cetera, you're bringing, yes, you're bringing, all you're doing is you're bringing value to people that you may not even know may need it at a certain time, or may know someone. Like I had one that a friend of mine posted about a 30K incentive program for first time buyers, all this stuff. And my mom texted me. It's like, hey, I saw this. Do you know if this could help your sister?
Wow.
And it's funny because again, I'm an agent. I've told them about incentive stuff. I sold them, but guess what? She was following someone that brought up an incentive that just did not ask anything. They literally just said, hey, I don't know if you know about this program. And you know what that marketing did?
Right.
It got my mom to text me.
Right.
And that's your big goal within bringing value, is to stir conversation in people. And why is it that when you say, hey, do you know a realtor, or tell me a realtor, like a brokerage that you may know, the first four that people tend to talk about is Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, and there could be many others. Like normally it's a local, but those are the first three that are like instant, it just comes out of people's mouth. Why? Because they do marketing in
crazy,
constant areas. So they've become a household name. So your goal, which Kent, you do excellent with, and I think now within Elements Realty, I think we're getting there even more, is the aspect of becoming a household name, where it's just part of people's conversation and lingo. And so within your business, you've hit it in many different ways already, but within your business, your goal is to become a household name, where just in conversation, if they think about, man, my plumbing is going to wreck, I got to call Chris. He knows a plumber. Like he knows someone. I know he knows. They didn't even think of you as a realtor. They now just take you as the person that knows stuff about houses and has connections. And so what that does is then as people do it, my roof's going under, I got a hole, the hurricane came.
I get those all the time.
Right. And so what you're doing out of that is you have brought value enough that when the need comes, they actually ask of you instead of you asking of them.
Yeah, short timeout.
Yeah.
And that spot right there though, in our vendors lists,
Mhm.
if you guys have other people that you have used and trust, we want them on the list. So, I mean, this isn't my business, this is our business. So I want to make sure that we put the people that you guys want to use too in those, so you've got to get them to Leah, okay?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, no, but that's critical, because
It's very
if you send someone to someone that is just on a list and you don't know them,
Yeah.
and you say, oh, we use them all the time, and you have all this stuff, and they do a poor job, who looks negative?
Right, and
Not them,
yeah,
you.
and you can't win on that all the
Yeah,
time. You
yeah,
need to also
yeah.
let people know that.
Right.
We're happy
We're-
for people because
Right, they tend to help us, they're incredible, they do great, all that stuff. But some of the things I want to make sure we hit is, there's three things that I felt like I should just talk on really quickly, and then I'll disappear. And that's social media, email drip marketing, and clear marketing, and what that means. So social media, you kind of tapped on it a little bit, and you have lots of different platforms. You have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You got a lot of different platforms that you can use within social media side. The most important side that you have to understand in any of these things is that each one does have a utility. So don't use one trying to accomplish another utility. So if I go to LinkedIn, I'm not going to go try getting viral videos.
Sure.
I'm not going to do funny things. I'm not going to do like silly running through the house, open houses. Like, here's the pool, here's this, here's this. And like, I'm not going to do that, but I'll do that on TikTok.
Sure.
I'll go do something funny on there. LinkedIn is more for professionals. LinkedIn is where you have your mortgage brokers, where you have like other real estate agents, and you can utilize LinkedIn in a way of the professional standard, and you could publish things in a more professional way. And then you have Facebook. Facebook, I would consider more specifically for older families and education. So that would be like, you're not really doing a lot of, like, you can do videos, but those videos are more for educational purposes than they are for trying to grab someone's attention. And the target of that, there's not many, what I would say, young adults. There are some, but really the main age of Facebook is probably around 30 and up. That's the average of it. And so you do have younger, mid-20s, things like that, but it all depends on your age dynamic and even the homes that you're trying to sell, depending on your market and what you're trying to do. But I would recommend within Facebook is one of the easiest ones to keep up to date, because the algorithm of Facebook is one of the most friendly. So what I mean by that is Facebook is one of there's algorithms in all of these. And that algorithm in simple means of what people see from each person on their friends list. Like, if you haven't noticed, do you know roughly how many followers you have on Instagram?
600.
Okay, do you know how many followers you roughly have on Instagram?
No, it's thousands.
Okay, so out of that, you don't see 1,000 people's posts.
Can't.
Right, you don't see 600 people's posts. What you see is you see roughly between 50 people's posts. Why? Because there's an algorithm. And so the algorithm determines on how you respond and how they respond to you. That's actually why some people that you have never seen their post, you see every time they like your post. Well, it's because you're in their algorithm, but they're not in yours. Because they have been in contact with you, connecting with you, they have been seeing you, but you have not actually encountered the data algorithm, so then you start seeing their stuff. And so that's Facebook. When I say algorithm, in a very short term, Facebook and LinkedIn are the most friendly to your algorithm, which means that like you see a lot more people in a very simple like more people see you and you see a lot more people in a simple like or a simple comment of a life event or a post that is more likely to be seen by a more vast amount of people than Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube. Because YouTube is more search oriented and TikTok and Instagram is more scroll oriented. Which are all data things that I can truly educate people in if you need me to. But understanding that Facebook is older families and education, Instagram is education and value, and TikTok, what I would consider is quick videos and value, and understanding which one is utilized for what and which one you want to be a part of. So I just yesterday had someone send me a funny video on a real estate agent that was like slamming cabinets and like running through, be like, look at these wood cabinets, and like running through, and it was funny. They're like, I want to see more out of this of you, and I'm like, yeah, like it's great, but I don't want to be that agent. I just don't. Like, I'll do a funny one or something like that, but I just don't want to do that. But some people love that. Some people want to be funny and they want to build that audience, and they'll get a lot of followers. They'll get people following them, and
Or you just need Jordan to do a review.
yeah. And that's the thing. Utilizing someone else's influence is a whole another world, which comes into referrals, which again is a value. You brought value to Jordan, and now out of that value, he wanted to bring more value. He wanted to give to you, right? And understanding what you said, we've already had this conversation. Like, he is an extroverted person, so you just play with that. Hey Jordan, would you love to do this? Hey Jordan, would you do this? Hey, I'd love to take you out to dinner, right? And you're playing on the aspect of not manipulation, but out of relationship, understanding that this person when someone's on his side, they talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those are people that you want to have on your side. But as you said, with reviews and things like that, understanding there's going to be people that don't want to talk. Mm-hmm. And how to use out of those people too. So that's kind of the social media world. Understanding you have LinkedIn is professional, Facebook is older families education, Instagram is education and value, TikTok is quick videos and value. What I mean by value is
we should have had you make slides of these things.
I can't. Which again, this is a whole nother. I know this is something you're like, hey, you want to try to give a little present? Yeah, sure, I can. But if you want to know more, or even we do coaching sessions, we do like fire hose sessions where, hey, you want to learn these platforms? come in, we'll teach you and we'll give everything.
Obviously.
Or you hire us and we do everything, you don't have to learn anything and we make it happen. So there's many different ways that you can do it. So that's kind of within all of that, but the simplest term in social media that I would call across in all of them is value. And you need to determine the value you want to bring to your families, the people you serve, and how you're going to present that value. Because each one of those, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all of those, there's a different side of value that you can bring, but you can utilize every single one of them with the same video. So you're not making. But we were talking on funnels and email drip marketing and things like that. The most critical part is having the actual roadmap of it, the follow-up, keeping buyers warm, keeping sellers warm, birthdays, anniversary, holidays, blogs, what value are you bringing to them, and etc. But the last thing really that I want to hit is clear marketing, which means they all go into each other. So I hit into that a little bit with YouTube. So if you have a video that is around your open house, around a listing that you have, maybe it's a 10-minute video of you talking about the neighborhood, talking about something, whatever it might be. It could be a 10-minute educational video. Yeah. And it's funny, you think, well, that's a really long video. What's interesting is how long of a video you actually could make if you go drive a neighborhood.
Oh, for sure.
And you're recording while driving the neighborhood.
The short
Right.
ones are the hard ones.
Right. And so if you have a 5-minute video or a 10-minute video, whatever it might be, and all you're doing is bringing value. Hey, I just want to let you know, this is a listing that I have going on in this neighborhood. This neighborhood has all this to offer. These are some of the things this house has to offer. And you literally tour the house while talking. So now this video is all about this house and you're touring it. And what happens is once you post that, how can someone get in contact with you if they want to buy it? How do they get in contact with you if they want to sell a house and they live in the same neighborhood? How do they get in contact with you that have never met you? Like, what is the connection point? How do they get in contact with you if you are actually, like, it goes out and now the neighborhood sees it and someone in the neighborhood gets to know you because of this video and they're like, man, I didn't even know our neighborhood had that to offer. That's crazy. Like, whatever. So you can make a video, but now the question is, how does that person actually get connected back to you? And now if it goes, this link goes to this place and this link goes to that place and this goes here, and then you lose them, what happens is you're losing your fruit. You're losing the chance. And so you need to have clear marketing that all the platforms actually funnel into something or a couple somethings. And so if you have a YouTube, you need to have a link. Hey, follow the link. And that link then takes it to the Elements website or your personal website or your personal card, whatever it might be. And then that card sends them the contact to your phone or your CRM and etc. And then what happens is now that same link is used in LinkedIn, used in Facebook, used on Instagram, used on your ebooks, used in your emails. And what happens is now everything is funneling back to one spot or two spots instead of, well, I have a website that sends my emails to my brokerage email. I have Instagram that just has the website on Elements website. I have this. And what happens is you spread yourself in a way that it doesn't actually communicate like effectively, because if you have all these systems and you're not having something that communicates effectively, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot, because we have a lot of access to a lot of stuff. Our website does MLS stuff. Like, that's incredible. Like we literally have a Zillow on our website. Sure. Like pretty much, not exactly Zillow, but we have a Zillow on our website, right? Yes. There's a mortgage calculator. There is capability of like writing and having a blog that goes out that's very short, that's just tells people about the daily mortgage rates or a monthly mortgage rate or a weekly update. And like, but if someone's reading that and you don't have any way to connect them then to get in contact with you, sure, you're just writing blindly. Because what if someone really does want to use you? Right. And they're like, well, man, I've been reading his blogs for 2 months now. He really knows his stuff. How do I connect to him? Mm-hmm. Or he clicks it and then it says this page unvalid. You know how many people I've done that to, or the gym that we work for, he launched a little over 2 years ago. His website still has let the gains begin 2021 on graphics and things like, and I'm like, you're a successful business, but your website says you're not. And like your marketing says you're not. And so understanding that if you can get all of your ducks in a row to make it very clear of this is how I'm going to market, this is how I'm going to do it, is very, very critical. Your market. Which goes into you being resourceful. That's like if when someone follows you, whether from Instagram to YouTube to Facebook to LinkedIn, if they follow you on all these platforms, what's happening is you're actually touching them 7 to 8 times
Right.
in one post.
That's huge.
And I believe it's Keller Williams has the 39 touch in a year or something like that can convert.
Yeah.
And what your goal is to create yourself as a household name in whatever way, luxury and affordable.
Let's face it, Gary Keller's Millionaire Real Estate Agent book is fantastic.
Yeah.
He built a business around that book.
Mhm.
It's foolish for any agent to not
Right.
use the resources
Right.
that are available.
Right.
To them.
Just
And I agree
utilize
with
it.
that. I think
But it
it's
is gonna
good
cost
for
you. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you time. It's gonna cost you trust.
Right.
But it's gonna produce the fruit that you're longing for. And that's where marketing comes into play. And you said it, have a budget. Like have a budget, be real with it, be honest with it. But also don't be scared of it. Because any business, if you're in real estate or you're wanting to start your own business, it is a pay to play. It is. And so understanding that it is a pay to play, you get to set the parameters of what you're willing to pay. And then if you're willing to pay more, you possibly get more results, but you need to see the results, whatever you're trying to get first. Like I would not encourage you to get our biggest platform immediately. We have a gold package that's pretty much 12K plus a month. And that is, we do everything for you. Everything. We do shoot your videos, we do your blogs, we do everything. We are your package.
Sure.
And it's expensive, but we are not a mom and pop, we're not a small, we're this no, we're luxury in this. And we want to work with luxury people because we bring luxury results. And that's our entire picture. We could have a package that I show up on a daily here for $2,000 a month. I could, but then you're going to get bare minimum of all the stuff we do. And so we have the 12K, we have a 5K, and we have a 3K, and we have a 1,500. And then we have some other little things that we can do one-offs and do coaching sessions and consulting sessions. But out of it all, we're very clear we do business marketing, we do business solutions, and we do systems. And each one of those have their own veins of cost and breakdown. But the biggest thing that I want to talk about within clear marketing is something very simple, and you already hit on it on the way in. And it's this beautiful thing called liquid death. And it's very funny if you've never heard of it. There's a reason that I brought it in one to drink it, but twice. What happens is if you don't know what liquid death is, it's water. It's literally water. It's just water.
Marketed water.
It's marketed water. The guy that started this company.
I figured it was a caffeine deal. Yeah.
Yep. So the guy that started this, he realized that bands and many other people that were drinking water out of plastic bottles, they get thrown away or they get, just thrown on the ground. And he realized, what if I market water in a different way that catches people's attention? And out of that, it's off than the norm, right? So liquid death, it's literally this one's sparkling water, and it says straight from the Alps, murder your thirst. And his can on the side literally says, when a group of teenagers set off into the mountains for a weekend of drinking regular water in plastic bottles, they become hunted by an aluminum can of mountain water that was dead set on murdering their thirst and recycling their souls. Once cracked open, no thirst is saved from the liquid death. After ritually disemboweling its thirst victims, this brutal can of water used the severed body parts of dead thirst to build itself a flesh suit, which is used to disguise to get a job in marketing. But liquid death never took the job. It just murdered a bunch more thirst instead. Death to plastic. We donate 10% of the profits from every can to help kill the plastic pollution. And this entire, they have recycle or die, this entire can is a marketing scheme.
Sure.
This literally started out as a 6-figure guy that just wanted to start a water. He started to brand it. This company alone is worth over $750 million.
Nice.
And he didn't start that, I believe it's less than 5 or 7 years old, right? His entire ploy on this is he's taking something that everyone does, which is water, and he made it different, but still sold water.
Yep.
But he made it eye-catching and attentive driving, and he made it special, right? We're real estate agents. We sell homes and we buy homes. There's a lot of other people that sell homes and buy homes.
There you go.
The question is, what simple marketing, what ploy, what target can you do that catches people's eyes that I buy this now instead of buying plastic water bottles? They're a little bit more expensive, but why? One, keeps the water colder for longer. I like it. It tastes better than just normal bottled water, and it is recyclable. And so I can smash it. It takes up way less space in my trash. Like there's a lot of little excuses that I make, but in reality, I could go spend $3 to get 20 plastic bottles of water, but I spent $13 on a pack of 18 of sparkling water. Why? Great question. Marketing. It's marketing because it's water. It looks good in my fridge. It tastes great. Like I can fill in all the blanks, right? Because when I walk in, people ask questions. People are like liquid death.
That's right.
Right. And so what happens is a conversation piece, is all these little things. And so just out of that alone, I'm creating marketing by actually going off someone else's marketing, right? So the question that you have to ask yourself in any of this is, what liquid death are you trying to do in real estate? Are you trying to do something that is exactly like every other realtor? I'm gonna go put myself on a billboard. I'm gonna say, I'll do this and I'll do that. And there's places for that. Like, don't get me wrong. They still do some marketing stuff, like some basic water. Hey, we're from the Alps and we do this. Like they still are selling the product of water. But what they've done is they've changed the game on how they market it. And out of that, it has put them in a different place, right? And so, I can buy the cheapest or I can buy a little bit luxury, right? Like the market level, right? You can go with the discount broker,
right?
Or you can go with me that actually gets luxury results and I produce this stuff for you, right? It's the phrasing, it's the way that you talk. You don't have to do it. But our recommendation is if you're trying to set yourself apart from the competition, you need to do something different. And there's some things that don't reinvent the wheel, but there's other areas, why don't you bling up the wheel?